everybody, and welcome to PlayStation's Crossbar show, your home of everything FIFA and football related. Whether you're a casual FIFA player or a hardcore esports fan, we have got you covered over the next 15 to 20 minutes. My name is Brandon Smith, and joining me, as always, is Richard Buckley. Rich, how are you, my friend? We're back for another episode of Crossbar, and it's good to see the hair is still growing.
Look, Brandon, the current situation that we're in, the hair can't be cut, so it's growing. I'm thinking I might grow it until I get top 200. Let me know if you're a Crossbar viewer and you like that idea. It might be down to my shoulders the next time we're doing a show. But I'm doing very well. FIFA's been good for me recently, and I'm looking forward to talking about all the upcoming promos, the competitive events, and also my tip at the end of the video, which I guarantee you will get you an extra win in Weekend League.
There you go. He's already providing the guarantees, is Richard Buckley. I mean, as you said, an action-packed show today. We've got news, we've got the competitive recap as well, a new segment for today's show, and, as you said, that Richard's tip at the end. So without any further ado, there's so much to digest. Let's jump straight into the news. Right now, Rich, you're a keen FIFA Ultimate Team player. What is the biggest news happening in the world of FUT 21 at this moment in time?
Well, I would have to say we're out of the back of the Team of the Year promo right now, and it's all to do with Icon Swaps 2. Icon Swaps and also Prime Icon Moments. These are the players that... it's the best players in FIFA 21. We'll get onto the Prime Icon Moments in just a second, but Icon Swaps is here. This is a promo where you get rewarded for grinding. There's a list of objectives available to do in the FIFA 21 sort of objectives tab. You tick those objectives off, you get player tokens back in return. You submit them tokens in to earn either icons as players or pack rewards. As you can see there, there's a number of icons available. In my personal opinion, I'll give you my thoughts on the Icon Swaps promo, and I'll also give you where I think you should put in your tokens. Honestly, I think we've missed the boat a little bit with these tokens. I think there's only one player there in terms of the actual icons that you can take that is usable still, and that's Laurent Blanc for 13. 13 out of 18 tokens for Laurent Blanc, I think is very good. I would be staying heavily away from Baggio, Butragueno, Overmars, and Deco. If you need a left back, Ashley Cole can do a job for you, but I wouldn't really be submitting 9 tokens into Ashley Cole. I think the value in this promo is in the packs. You can get the 83 times 25 for 5 tokens. If you want to fill up the club with fodder, the 81 times 25 and the 82 times 25 is doable right now. There are 9 tokens available until March 26th. So you've got about a month to get those tokens, and then the next batch of tokens will be released. If you wanted to roll the dice, for I think it's 17 tokens, you can get the Prime Icon / Prime Icon Moments pack. So any Prime Icon or Prime Icon Moments, you can roll the dice and potentially get lucky, get a big player, a Cantona, a Eusebio, a Pele, and you can see the Prime Icon Moments that have been released. 34 in total right now in FIFA 21. You've got the big dog, R9, Ronaldo, Cruyff, Puskas, Carlos Alberto, and Eusebio. Any of those Prime Icon Moments taking your fancy, Brandon?
I mean, I think R9 would take anyone's fancy at this point, just to walk into your team and to say, yep, I'm here for Weekend League. And I mean, he is that good. We get to watch him on a sort of a weekly basis, R9, scoring massive goals. Cannot wait to see those Prime Icon Moments go into FIFA Ultimate Team. But no, great to take note there, Rich, of good ways to use those Icon Swap moments. But let's move on to another big story right now. And it's the 14-year-old wonder kid from Denmark who made a world record for the amount of FUT Champions wins that he's been able to create, I believe it was 18 weekend leagues up to that last weekend when something happened. And what did happen, Rich? Because the run came to an end, didn't it?
Yeah, just to give a bit of context, he was unbeaten on Weekend League, was Anders Vejrgang, a 14-year-old Danish FIFA player. He's been winning trophies since he was around 11 or 12 years old, and he went on this unbelievable winning streak. However, that did come to an end only a couple of weekends ago. He was 535 wins and then ran into Damesheet, another top 200 verified FIFA player, a top player in his own right. The luck ran out for Anders. The train stopped at 535 wins, but I think instead of being sort of looking back in regret, don't look back in anger, famous lyrics, look back, enjoy this, because I can tell you right now, this will never happen again. No one will ever go 535 wins in a row. And for everyone out there criticizing Anders, I think you just need to take a long, hard look at yourself and really just put into consideration what he is doing for the scene. To put this into context, Dame Sheet didn't have Twitter, really, before this game. He put up one tweet saying, "I've just beat Anders." He got 50,000 likes. 50,000 likes. 50,000. Okay, Anders is the future of FIFA Esports, and we need to be getting behind him. I'm getting hyped up here.
Yeah, getting very passionate. I don't blame you as well. As I said, it's fantastic for the future of competitive FIFA. We've got a 14-year-old wonder kid, gained over about 1 million followers from this whole process and this unbelievable run. As you said, across 18 weekend leagues, that run comes to an end. But last but not least, in that story, you can just see it there on your screen, 535 to 1. What a story. Congratulations again to Anders. You know, so inspirational. And I think what you were saying, it brought so many people over from that mainstream media and that mainstream FIFA or football world. And in the end, a fantastic feat from the great Dane. Last but not least to talk about today, it is the Open Series. If you've not heard about the PlayStation Open Series, Rich, run us through it, because you can play FIFA and earn money, prizes, FIFA points.
Yeah, this is your opportunity to be a FIFA Pro player. You sign up, compete.playstation.com. You get to compete for prize money. You get to compete for avatars and in-game currency as well. And not only that, but when we look at the global series as well, Brandon, a number of the players who are winning the qualifiers, well, where did they come from? The PlayStation Open Series. We saw Jesus in Italy. We've just seen Levi David as well, both winning competitions in the global series. And only 12 months ago, they were competing in the Open Series. It is a platform to hone your skills. If you want to get involved, once again, compete.playstation.com. Sign up, link your accounts, and you can get competing with the world's best.
Yeah, and as you said, there's tournaments for everybody, literally everybody from all over the world. Weekly tournaments, prize money on the line, FIFA points, you know, in-game avatars to customize your sort of PlayStation dashboard or your own account. So I recommend getting involved in that. But that is a wrap for the news. We've spoken about the Prime Icon moments. We've spoken about Anders Vejrgang, incredible feat from such a young FIFA player. And we've just recapped, of course, that Open Series. How to get involved, compete.playstation.com. And I think, without any further ado, it's time to jump into a new part of the show. It's the competitive recap. Let's have a look. Well, don't get us wrong. We're always talking about FIFA Esports here on Crossbar. It's a massive part of our show. But this segment now, Rich, allows us to just put all of our eyes onto what's been happening in the FIFA Esports world on the PlayStation, because there's been so many tournaments taking place. Weekly tournaments in the Global Series. We've got bigger events as well in the ecosystem coming up. And I think it's justified that we take a good couple of minutes here to look around everything that's been happening.
Yeah, absolutely. There's been huge tournaments taking place all over the world, and we're going to start with Oceania, a name that is sort of so recognizable in FIFA Esports, and that's marcusgomes. He won his first ever tournament in Oceania, in that region, and just look what it means to him. This is what FIFA Esports is all about. marcusgomes, unbelievable reaction, and really just, I think the energy that he brings to these broadcasts, he's been a staple of Australian and New Zealand FIFA for so long, doing it on the global stage and finally getting that recognition. Not that other people didn't recognise him. He was winning this for himself to prove that he is still at the top of the mountain, and fair play to Marcus. Great competitor.
I mean, just to go on that point, Rich, there's a lot of players out there, a lot of people that don't see the grind that these guys go through and the sacrifice. They're playing hours on end, and if you're not having a good run, as you said, it might not have been the best last year for marcusgomes, to get back to the top, and as you said, within yourself to say, I am good enough, I am a good player, must have been a massive achievement, and congratulations to marcusgomes. Of course, the Global Series, a lot different this year, all online across 6 different regions. That was what was happening in Oceania. On the flip side, what was happening in South America, Rich? Because there's a new boy on the block, and it's a new Argentine. It's not Nicholas we're talking about here. It's a new player who at the moment is running away with things in South America.
Mateus Banano is the name. Make sure you do not forget it, because he is dominating South American FIFA events right now. He's qualified for all 3 of the region's sort of qualifiers in the FIFA Global Series, and he's won 2 of said qualifiers. Paolo Neto will be sick of seeing this man's face because in 2 finals, Matthias has beat him on 2 separate occasions. Great sort of run of form that Matthias Bonanno is on, and I'm looking forward to seeing if he can continue this great winning streak into the playoffs and further FIFA E-World Cup.
Yeah, and also, Rich, he's made 3 out of 3 of the qualifiers so far, has Matthias Bonanno. Incredible feat, as you said, for a player that's trying to battle against some of the best players in South America. We know how big that region is. And then last but not least, an event that we're pretty much fresh from in Europe. As you said, a player that went through the Open Series, 16 years of age, Levi de Weed will be a champion in Europe. And for a long time, a Dutch champion that we have not seen, I believe, ever on the PlayStation. Look at that result yesterday and talk to me through that story, because you commentated that game, didn't you?
The most incredible second leg performance I have ever seen in competitive FIFA. That I personally have had the opportunity to commentate. That was it right there. Hashtag Tom was 3-0 up at one point in that first leg. He was 3-1 up at the end of the first leg. Levi de Weed shut him down. He pressed the red button and hashtag Tom went to sleep in that second leg. Unbelievable performance from Levi de Weed. 4-0 in the second leg. Came out victorious, 5-3 in the end. And again, great scenes from everybody at Team Hully. A much-deserved victor right there in the EU qualifier number 3. And again, we've had different winners all from all over Europe. Where is 4 and 5 going to go? That is the question.
Yeah, it must be said as well. Plays his FIFA for Team Hullet. The icon from the real pitch has got his own virtual team. $15,000 he also bagged from that result yesterday. If you are wondering a little bit more about FIFA Esports and the landscape here, I do recommend checking out FIFA.gg. It's like the live ranking system. But Rich, taking our attentions out of the global series, there's another big tournament taking place, isn't there, coming up? There's a $350,000 prize pool as well.
Yeah, not too bad at all. The FIFA E Club World Cup rolls into town. Last year's winners, Complexity. It's going to be an unbelievable tournament, in all honesty. You see all the squads that are going to be competing right there over the weekend of the 15th through 17th. I should say the 25th through 27th of February. And we're going to be having the opportunity to commentate it live. Lots of different zones in action. It's going to be sort of the culmination of many weeks of action from online qualifiers, and I cannot wait to see who's going to be the, I want to say, 4th Club World Cup champion. Man City, 4 years in a row, they have been at this trophy. Can they finally get their hands on it? We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, no, definitely indeed. As you said, it's all online, different zones, different regions with the current climate we find ourselves in. But we'll be commentating on that one live, and I can't really wait for it. But that is the competitive recap done and dusted. We've spoken about everything happening in the global series on the PlayStation 4, and of course that big event in the E-Club World Cup, which also plans to be a fantastic event in the end. Will Complexity, as you said, with Joxan, be able to go back-to-back and be a winner there. Of course, the PlayStation representative from Mexico. We'll have to wait and see. But I think the only thing that's left for today's show is to get that man's tip next to me as we jump into Richard's tips. Right then, Rich. The floor is yours. Take it away. Richard's tips. What have you got for us this week without giving too much away before the video?
Yeah, I've got a couple of dribbling techniques that I'm going to show you in order to beat a man inside the box, or maybe open up that avenue of space where in a congested penalty area you can't really create much. Richard's tips this week, 2 super easy dribbling techniques. Have a look at this and I'm sure it will improve your weekend league result. After a few decent weekend league finishes, you might be thinking, Richard, what's your secret? Well, I'll tell you. And it's the one and only directional nutmeg. I've been using this skill move dribble for a couple of weeks now, and it's so good at making space in and around the box. As you can see, all you got to do, hold L1 and R1 and flick the right stick on your control pad. You'll create space in between you and a defender, and you can rifle shots out of the back of the skill move. The second skill move, a little bit more for the advanced players. This is going to be the ball roll scoop turn. As you can see, you want to do a ball roll with your right analog stick and then quickly hit a fake shot while moving the left analog stick. Don't worry if you get it wrong, as you can see in the clip. I've done it a couple of times myself wrong. But when you execute the ball roll scoop turn, you will take the ball away from the player, almost mimicking them into forcing a tackle from the defensive AI. It's really good down the wing and inside the box as well to create that little bit of space. Keep practicing it. Don't worry if you do the fake shot or the Cruyff turn. The ball roll scoop turn, once you get it mastered, like I have right now, you can make goalkeepers look silly, just as I did with Thibaut Courtois right there. The ball roll scoop turn, a very effective skill move in FIFA 21, and I guarantee you will get some better weekend league results using the ball roll scoop.
Well, there we have it. That's Richard's latest tip for us all. And I have to give you some credit, Rich. You know, the more tips you've been giving out, the better at FIFA you've become. You hit 27 wins a couple of weeks ago in the end. That, I mean, incredible feat from you. I mean, is it the tips that are doing well? Is it watching the pro FIFA players? What's the secrets, mate?
I think it's a little bit of everything, in all honesty. I do have to say, those 2 tips that I gave away are 2 of my best moves. So I hope that I don't come up against another person who's watching Crossbar and they do a directional nutmeg or a ball roll scoop turn and send me silly. But those 2 sort of dribbling techniques, the ball roll scoop turn and the directional nutmeg, are so strong in FIFA 21. And like I said, with those couple of sort of dribbling moves, I guarantee you'll get an extra 1 or 2 wins in weekend league.
Yeah, most definitely indeed. Certainly take note. Watch it back if you haven't already done so across our previous Crossbar episodes too. But Rich, that pretty much recaps another episode of Crossbar. Just to get your final thoughts on it, any sort of highlights for you that stepped up from today's show? Was it the news segment in terms of you enjoyed the icon swaps and who maybe you can pack in the future? Or are you just looking forward to seeing more competitive FIFA unfold over the next couple of months?
I'm really looking forward to seeing the Club World Cup roll into town. I cannot wait to see who comes out as the 4th ever Club World Cup champions, and also the prime icon moments. Some of the best FIFA items are here in game, and I cannot wait to see who in the next batch gets that upgrade and where their stats are lying.
Yeah, certainly do let us know if you do pack anyone decent in those icon swaps. Maybe you'll get an R9 or a Eusebio, who knows. But that, as I said, is a recap for another episode of Crossbar. I've been Brandon Smith. He's been Richard Buckley. I'm sure you can catch us on some FIFA events taking place around the world. If not, we'll see you back for another episode of Crossbar very, very soon. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, stay well, and we'll see you very, very soon next time here on Crossbar. Bye-bye.